Current electricity. In current electricity, I am going to present about magnetic effects. What is the magnetic field created by a current carrying coil? What are the rules for finding the direction of the magnetic field? How to find the magnitude of the magnetic field? Then the magnetic field created by a circular coil, and then tangent galvanometer, the principle involved in tangent galvanometer and the measurement of current with tangent galvanometer. We will study about these concepts in this class. Magnetic field formed by a current carrying conductor. Let us suppose a conductor is laid perpendicular to the plane of the screen and the current is coming out of the screen. So in the large circle there is a small circle which represents a conductor carrying current out of the screen. If the current is carried into the screen, then it will be indicated by a cross. Now we have to identify first the shape of the magnetic field. Around this conductor, the shape of the magnetic field is a circle. So around the conductor, magnetic field will be created in circular orbits. And then another one is the direction of this magnetic field. It is indicated by a magnetic needle. White part represents the north pole and red part represents the south pole. So here the magnetic field is situated in the anti-clockwise direction. The magnetic field is situated in the anti-clockwise direction in the plane of the screen. To identify the directions of the magnetic needle, here I have given north, south, east, west directions, and the magnetic needle is placed such that the white one represents the north pole. So what we have to understand from this is, whenever a conductor is carrying current, around that conductor a magnetic field will be created. The magnetic field will be circular, and if the current is carried out of the screen, then the magnetic field will be created in the anti-clockwise direction. We use different rules for finding the magnetic field. For finding the direction of magnetic field, we use different principles. One is Maxwell's corkscrew rule. One is Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Take a right hand screw. When it is rotated with a right hand, suppose the screw is advancing. Let the direction of advancing of the screw be the direction of the current. Here a screw is shown, and if you imagine that it is rotated with your right hand and it is moving in the upward direction, that is the advancing direction, then the current direction is also in the advancing direction. Now the magnetic field will be indicated by the direction in which the head of the screw is rotating. If the screw is advancing in the direction of the current, then the right hand fingers will be rotated perpendicular to the direction of advancing in a circle, and the direction of rotation indicates the direction of magnetic field. This is one way of finding the direction of magnetic field. There is another rule, right hand thumb rule. There is another rule known as right hand thumb rule, which can be used for finding the direction of magnetic field. Here the white rod represents a conductor carrying current, and the current is carried in the upward direction. The direction of the current is shown by an arrow which indicates in the upward direction. That is, the current is flowing in the upward direction. Now imagine that this conductor is held with the right hand. Imagine that the conductor is held with the right hand. Hold the conductor with the fingers of right hand and stretch the thumb. See that the thumb is in the direction of current. Placing the thumb in the direction of the current, hold the conductor with your fingers. Then to hold the conductor, you have to rotate the fingers onto the palm. The direction in which the fingers are rotated indicates the direction of magnetic field. Here, the fingers will be rotated from left to right above the conductor and from right to left behind the conductor. So the magnetic field is situated from left to right above the conductor and from right to left inside the conductor. Remember that it is a circle. So imagine a circle around this conductor. For that circle, the magnetic field will be the part which is out of this screen. The part which is out of the screen, the circular part which is out of the screen, it will have a magnetic field direction from left to right. The part of the circle which is behind the screen, in that part the magnetic field will be from right to left. Another rule is Ampere's swimming rule. By using Ampere's swimming rule also we can find the direction of magnetic field. Let us imagine a conductor carrying current is placed over a magnetic needle, and above this conductor imagine a man is swimming with his face towards the conductor, and he is swimming in the direction of the current flow. Imagine that a man is swimming in the direction of current flow and he is above the conductor. While swimming, his left hand will move in one direction. The north pole of the magnetic needle will deflect in the direction of the left hand, motion of the left hand. In the motion of the left hand, the north pole of the magnetic needle will move. The direction in which the magnetic needle north pole moves is the direction of the magnetic field. The direction of the magnetic field is the direction in which the north pole of the magnetic needle moves. So like this also we can find the direction of magnetic field. To have a thorough understanding of the magnetic field created by a current flowing in a conductor, let us take an exercise. First let us take a conductor and it is laid horizontally as shown below, and the current is carried from left to right. A current I is carried from left to right. Above this conductor the magnetic field is out of the screen, and below this conductor the magnetic field is into the screen. So by rotating this conductor figure in different directions, you can memorize the directions of the magnetic field. So we have to imagine a circle which is coming out of the screen above this conductor and going into the screen below the conductor. Like this, memorize the concept by rotating this conductor in different directions. To study the concept of magnetic field created by a current carrying conductor, here I have given two examples. In one example, in the right side example, I have taken a conductor laid in the plane of the screen. The current is carried in the upward direction. The current is carried in the upward direction and the conductor is laid in the plane of the screen. Then on the left of this conductor, you know that the magnetic field is concentric circles around this conductor. A magnetic field will be created as concentric circles around this conductor. Now to understand the direction of magnetic field, on the left side the magnetic field lines will be coming out of the screen. On the right side the magnetic field lines will be going into the screen. You have to imagine that the circles are in a plane perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So the circles are situated in a horizontal plane and the magnetic field lines are coming out of the screen to the left of this conductor and they are going into the screen to the right of this conductor. Instead of a conductor in the plane of the screen, if you take a conductor perpendicular to the plane of the screen, if the conductor is perpendicular to the plane of the screen, then the magnetic field lines will lie in the plane of the screen. Here, a conductor is carrying current and it is placed perpendicular to the screen and the current is flowing out of the screen. When the current is flowing out of the screen, the magnetic field lines will be in the anti-clockwise direction. The magnetic field lines are situated in the anti-clockwise direction and the magnetic field lines will be in the plane of the circle, in the plane of the screen. So these circles will be in the plane of the screen. So the direction of magnetic field is given by three rules: right hand grip rule, Maxwell's corkscrew rule and Ampere's swimming rule. Here a conductor is placed horizontally, current flowing from left to right, and a magnetic needle if is situated underneath this conductor, then the north pole will move into this screen and south pole will move out of the screen. The magnetic field is, the direction of the magnetic field is the direction in which the north pole moves. So underneath this conductor the magnetic field is into the screen and perpendicular to the screen. Above this conductor the magnetic field is out of the screen and perpendicular to the conductor. Ampere's law. So far we have discussed about the direction of magnetic field and the nature of magnetic field. Now we will find a relation. We derive a relation for finding the magnitude of magnetic field. Let us consider a current carrying conductor placed in the plane of the screen. The magnetic field lines will be circular and they will be perpendicular to the plane of the screen. Take one circle. On this circle, consider a point P at a distance R. R is the radius of the circle. P is a point. At P, consider a small elemental length dl bar. Consider a small elemental length dl bar. The magnetic field induction B bar will be tangential to this elemental length. Let us compute B bar dot dl bar. Let us compute B bar dot dl bar like this. Divide the entire conductor into small elemental lengths and determine the values of B bar dot dl bar. By adding all of them, we will get it will be equal to mu naught times the current in the conductor. Mu naught times the current in the conductor. That adding up of these B bar dot dl values is indicated by the line integral, closed line integral B bar dot dl bar. It is termed as line integral, closed line integral B bar dot dl bar, that is equal to mu naught times the current I. It is stated as the line integral of magnetic field induction around any closed path is numerically equal to mu naught times the current enclosed by the path. This is the statement of Ampere's law. The line integral of magnetic induction around any closed path is numerically equal to mu naught times the current enclosed by the path. So integral B bar dot dl bar is equal to integral magnitude of B bar is say B and dl bar is dl, integral B dl into cos 0, because dl bar and B bar will be along the same direction. B bar is tangential to dl bar and dl bar will be almost tangential at a point, hence the angle between them is 0. So B dl cos 0, that is equal to B dl. But B is a constant. At the same distance, the magnetic field induction value will be the same from the conductor. Hence B is constant. Taking B out of the integral, we will get B is B into integral, closed integral dl. That means dl is to be integrated around this circle. So integral dl will be equal to the circumference of this circle 2 pi r. From Ampere's law, this B into 2 pi r is equal to mu naught I. From Ampere's law, B into 2 pi r is equal to mu naught I. Therefore, B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. That means the magnetic field induction from an infinite conductor carrying current at a perpendicular distance r is given by mu naught by 2 pi r. Biot-Savart law. This is another law which is used for determining the magnitude of the magnetic field induction due to a conductor carrying current. Due to the current carrying conductor, a magnetic field will be created. The magnitude of that magnetic field can be calculated by using Biot-Savart law. Let us consider a conductor carrying current I, an irregular conductor. On this conductor, let us select an elemental length dl. From this elemental length at a distance r, consider a point P. Now our aim is to find the magnetic field induction at this point P. Let dB bar be the magnetic field induction at this point P due to the elemental length dl. Due to the elemental length dl, let dB be the magnetic field induction. This magnetic field induction dB, it depends on current strength I, length of this elemental length, sin theta, where theta is the angle between elemental length and the distance of point P from the conductor. Theta is angle between the distance of the point P and the elemental length of the conductor. And inversely, it is also dependent on the distance, on sin theta and on distance. Let us take these four relations. dB will be directly proportional to the current. If the current strength increases, the dB value also increases. Similarly, dB is directly proportional to dl. As the length of the elemental conductor increases, the magnetic field induction will also increase. dB is directly proportional to sin theta. dB is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. As the distance increases, the magnetic field induction decreases by square times of the distance. So these are the four relations that we get for dB. dB is directly proportional to I, it is directly proportional to dl, directly proportional to sin theta, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Combining these four relations, we will get dB is proportional to ideal sin theta by r square. dB is proportional to ideal sin theta by r square. The proportionality constant is taken as mu naught by 4 pi. The proportionality constant is taken as mu naught by 4 pi. Hence, the relation for dB becomes equal to mu naught by 4 pi ideal sin theta by r square, mu naught by 4 pi into ideal sin theta by r square. This can also be written in vector form. This magnetic field induction dB bar will be perpendicular to the plane contained by dl bar and r bar. R bar is the distance vector of the point P and dl bar is the elemental length vector. dB bar, the magnetic field induction direction, is perpendicular to the plane contained by dl and r. Hence, we can express dB as the cross product of dl and r. Since dB is perpendicular to the plane contained by dl and r, we can express dB in terms of the cross product of dl and r. Hence, it will be written as dB bar is equal to mu naught by 4 pi, mu naught by 4 pi into I dl bar cross r bar by r cube. I dl bar cross r bar by r cube. Dl bar cross r bar is dl r sin theta. So 1 r gets cancelled. We get the same relation for dv. So db bar is written as mu naught by 4 pi into I dl bar cross r. Magnetic field induction on the axis of a circular coil. Magnetic field induction on the axis of a circular coil. Let us consider a circular coil of n turns and radius a. Consider a circular coil of radius a and n turns with center O. Consider the axis. Let P be a point on the axis of this circular coil at a distance x from its center. OP is equal to x. On the axial line at a distance x, we are considering a point P. Let B be the magnetic field induction at this point. Then the value of B at this point is given by mu naught Ni a square divided by mu naught Ni a square divided by 2 into a square plus x square to the power of 3 by 2. 2 into a square plus x square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is the relation for B. We are supposed to learn only this relation but not the derivation. So I am giving you the relation. At the center of this circular coil, x value will be 0. So when you put x is equal to 0, B is equal to mu naught Ni by 2a. At the center of this coil, the magnetic field induction is given by mu naught Ni by 2a. The direction of this magnetic field can be obtained as follows. While looking at the coil, if the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction, the field is out of this center of the coil. While looking at the plane of the coil, if the current direction is anti-clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field will be away from the center of this coil. If it is clockwise, then the magnetic field will be towards the center of the coil. Here in this figure, the current will be coming out of this screen at the top of the circle, and at the bottom of the circle, the current is going into the screen. The circle is perpendicular to the plane of the screen. At the top, the current is coming out. At the bottom, the current is going into the screen, and the magnetic field is situated away from the center. Because if you look at this coil from right side, you will notice that the current will be circulating in the anti-clockwise direction. If you imagine that you are observing the current direction from the point P, then you will notice that the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction. So magnetic field will be away from the center. So it will be situated towards the right. Tangent galvanometer. Tangent galvanometer. It is a device used for measuring the current. Initially, tangent galvanometer was used for measuring the current. It works on the principle tangent law, which is B is equal to BH tan theta. Tangent galvanometer works on the principle B is equal to BH tan theta. It is the principle on which tangent galvanometer works. It is tangent law. B is magnetic field induction created by a current flowing in the coil. A compass box will be placed at the center of this circular coil. A compass box will be placed at the center of the circular coil, and the direction of magnetic field due to this current flowing in the coil will be placed perpendicular to the direction of magnetic meridian. So B and BH will be perpendicular. B and BH will be arranged perpendicular to one another. So we can apply the relation B is equal to BH tan theta, where theta is the direction of the resultant magnetic field. But at the center of the circular coil, the value of magnetic field induction is given by B is equal to mu naught Ni by 2A. B is equal to mu naught Ni by 2A. N is number of turns, I is current, A is radius of the coil. B is mu naught Ni by 2A. Substituting this value in tangent law, you will get mu naught Ni by 2A is equal to BH tan theta. Mu naught Ni by 2A is equal to BH tan theta. Therefore, I is equal to 2A by mu naught N. I is equal to 2A by mu naught N into BH tan theta. I is equal to 2A by mu naught N whole multiplied by BH tan theta. Therefore, I is equal to K tan theta. I is equal to K tan theta. K is called the reduction factor of the tangent galvanometer. K is called the reduction factor of tangent galvanometer. It is given by K is equal to 2A by mu naught N BH. K is equal to 2A by mu naught N into BH. So, using tangent galvanometer, we can determine the current from the relation I is equal to K tan theta, where K is a constant. This constant depends on BH. A, radius of the coil, N, number of turns of the coil.